Ann, thank you so much for joining us by phone. And the reason we wanted to talk to you is because you, Laura Ingraham, and many others were instrumental, perhaps, in making, in causing this event tonight. You were very much against Eric Cantor in this race. Tell us why.
Well, like most of the country, based on polls, Amnesty is very bad for the country. It's bad for Americans. It's good for big employers and Chamber of Commerce, but needless to say, I've been glued to Fox since this news broke. I was trying to go to the grocery store and haven't been able to leave. And Carl Cameron was saying earlier, well, it's only 3,000 voters. Well, okay, but the polls get taken all the time of a few hundred people, of a few thousand people. And every time the poll is taken, when people know that this is an issue, unfortunately they did not know that in North Carolina a few weeks ago. When they know that amnesty is on the table, amnesty loses big. The idea that this will hurt the Republicans in 2016 is insane. It has always been a winning issue. This is good for Americans, good for voters. It is bad for employers looking for cheap labor. But Republicans have got to put their foot down to the Chamber of Commerce and say, look, if we bring in 30 million, 40 million illegal aliens who are going to break for the Democrats, we're not going to be able to give you anything else. That's it, because it's going to be the end of the Republican Party in this country.
Let me ask you this, because I know what you want. I've talked to you many times about your stance on immigration. This has become so important for you, but I know what you want. But tell me what you think in terms of the effect this will have on other Republicans running their races on a go-forward basis.
I hope it will at least shut down any more happy talk about amnesty this year. I wish it would have the effect of Republicans waking up and seeing that this is a winning issue for the Republicans, and not just with the Republican base. We're talking about African Americans being hurt the most by illegal immigration, and just legal immigration, which is dumping 1.2 million low-wage workers on the country every year through the laws of supply and demand. You know, Democrats love to talk about economic inequality. This is the reason for it since 1970, and we need to care about Americans first.
What about the fact that Eric Cantor was said to be very conservative on virtually every other issue?
I think that's a wonderful point, and I'm glad you keep making it, because I've also noticed in the commentary that the Democrat response is to keep saying, oh, this is a Tea Party victory. I noticed they are not saying, they seem to think that's insulting and will turn people off. They are not saying this is a defeat for amnesty, because they know what I'm saying is true. Americans do not want amnesty. In fact, they'd like a moratorium on immigration generally. Overwhelmingly, the polls have shown that for 20 years, but the Chamber of Commerce, the Sheldon Adelsons of the world keep buying their way into the heart of John Boehner and Eric Cantor. And whenever the voters know what the positions are, again, they did not know in North Carolina last month, when they know, they will vote against amnesty, not just to the Republican base, African Americans, legal Hispanics, blue-collar white workers.
Ann, thank you so much.